Welcome to episode 69 of the VR Gaming Podcast. I'm Justin, main fan on YouTube, and I'm here with Alex.
Alex, I'm gonna have to take that thing out of my mouth. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the podcast this way.
What are you doing that? People put it in my mouth.
I know. I should have it in my mouth like we agreed to, but I'm just not gonna be able to do it.
Oh, okay. I get you. Never mind. Next time.
So anyway, this is episode 69 of the VR Gaming Podcast. I'm Justin, main fan on YouTube. I'm here with Alex, virtual insider on YouTube. And I don't know, did that gag work, Alex?
I mean, you made me gag.
That's true. That's true. And if I sound like messed up, my voice is screwed up, scratchy, I cough, it's all Alex's fault.
Exactly.
For hitting the back of my throat too hard. So, all right. Let's move on to some VR stuff here.
Yeah.
First. So, our last episode was January. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. We missed a month somehow.
Yeah. It's been 2 months, and I went to Vegas, and I did some fun stuff there. And some of the stuff I wanted to talk about was I went to this place called Area 15, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see pictures. I'm going to show video and stuff. So that's where Omega Mart is. And if you've played the Walkabout Meow Wolf course, you would know about Meow Wolf. And so this Omega Mart place, it starts out at this grocery store with just all these like crazy products everywhere, and everything's wacky. And you could spend probably hours just exploring that part. This Area 15 place, it's kind of like a playground for adults with all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So anyway, we went to, this is like the main attraction there, this Omega Mart thing. And have you seen anything about Omega Mart yourself?
No, never heard of it.
You haven't? Oh. Well, you've done the Meow Wolf Walkabout course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll show you. So this will be spoilery. If you're planning to go to this place, don't watch this video. But here, I'll show you a video of me going up to a fridge, and you walk. This is a fridge in the grocery store, and you walk through it, and then it leads to another place. In this Omega Mart place, and everything's like the floor's all crazy and warped, and then there's more doors leading to more crazy stuff, and you can see how this ends up kind of being crazy, like the Walkabout course.
Yeah.
Like colorful and all sorts of weird lights and stuff going on. And I'll show another video. This is also spoilerish. Here's a locker you come across, and there's like this whole thing has alien stuff everywhere. But like, here's a door handle inside this locker, and I pull it, and then it ends up being a door to another area. So that's what it's like, and there are people wandering around equally confused, because it's a very confusing thing with weird art everywhere. And when you're in the Omega Mart part, you can get a card. I think they call it a boop card. And you can go around and scan it on different places. And they're like computer terminals and all sorts of different things where you can scan it. And you can learn the lore. Apparently you could spend 5 or more hours there trying to figure out the story behind all of this. I mean, we did a little bit of that. Like, you'll find phone numbers in one area of this place, and then you'll see a payphone in another area. And like, well, let's try that phone number we saw in the other place on that payphone. And we tried it, and it actually worked. And then we started hearing, lore, basically, about the story. And it's some big mystery. I went on Reddit, and people in the Meow Wolf Reddit were talking about all the hours they've spent in this place trying to figure it all out and everything. So anyway, I thought that was interesting because of the Meow Wolf walkabout course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you know this door? Like you walk up to this door.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that door's a door, or is it like just randomly you just find it?
You like the which one? The locker was a random thing I found. This
Right.
that fridge
The
one
fridge.
had been spoiled for me, just like I'm spoiling it for whoever's watching this right now. I
But you
saw
saw
it.
someone else doing it.
Yeah, I saw it in some video somewhere. And so
Oh.
when I went into the grocery store, I knew that was like a doorway to go through. But it's not like in the grocery store, that's not the only way to go through. There are multiple entrances into that other area. Like if you go in there, you're just gonna very easily come across these other areas on your own.
Right.
Because there's all these other, you'd have to be a total moron to not find your way into these other areas. So I'm not really spoiling it too much.
Okay.
So I'm going to show a map of this place, Area 15. So see that red building that says Main? That's where the Omega Mart is, and where there's a lot of other attractions in there too. Like we went to a bar, like arcade there, and we went to some other weird places. Oh, there was a VR place in there called The Lab, just like Steam Valve's game The Lab. I mean the same name at least.
Right.
A bunch of other stuff. And in those blue places up there were some places we went to. We went to something called Interstellar Arc, which was a VR experience that I'm going to talk about. And then we did something called the Great Game Show, which was like, we did this actual game show where you have buzzers and there's like a wheel that you spin, and you even did like Plinko. And there's a host, like a game show host there, an actual person being the host. And that was fun. We went against like a mom and her daughter and destroyed her. This is like trivia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you could spend multiple days at this place just doing everything. There's a bunch of stuff we didn't get to do. Like there's something like the John Wick experience. I didn't do that. I don't know. I might have done like maybe half of the things you could do, maybe even less. So here I took some photos and videos of that Interstellar Arc thing. So the the premise of this thing is that humanity's going on this giant ship. You can see in this picture here, this ship is like, bigger than the Burj Khalifa. It's massive. And this is when you first walk in, this picture you're seeing right here. And you end up boarding that ship in virtual reality. Here's a video I took of once we were in there. I was in VR. This is a Quest 3S that I'm wearing here. First time I've ever worn one. And I thought it was kind of surprisingly heavy, but it might be because of that black thing that's on top of it.
Right.
I don't know how much weight, maybe that thing's assisting with tracking or something.
Probably.
Yeah. But it felt a lot heavier than my Quest 3. But maybe it doesn't have a battery in the back to help balance it. So what you do in this thing is you start out sitting in this chair, and you fly off into space, and I guess you're boarding that mothership thing, I guess. And then once you get on it, you start walking around everywhere. You can see these rails, and so you see that woman walking. She ended up coming around and saying, sir, you can't record in here. I was like, oh yeah, okay, sorry. So that's why that happened to me at the Void also. This woman got all upset that I was recording. Anyway, so all those rails, there are rails in the experience that you see in VR, and they line up with the real rails. So you walk through this whole thing, sort of like the Void, where you just physically walk through everything. There's no artificial locomotion. And they keep you safe because there are these rails. And there are all these other people. You can see other people walking around. They're in there too. And if you walk up close to a person, you'll end up seeing them in the game. So that way you don't run into them. And you can see on the ceiling there's all these lights and stuff. I think they have some sort of special tracking system. They must have lots of servers running. I heard lots of server noise when I took my my headset off. So I'll show some screenshots of what they let you take screenshots when you're in the game. So you don't see this circle thing. That's just like some little artifact they add. This is just showing what it looks like in the game. Like if you look in the center, and so you can see the railings that are represented in the game, and you're walking on all these like curved walkways, and there's this ghostly fox that follows you around, and you're seeing trees and all sorts of like, I don't know. Maybe that was Casey standing there right in front of me there. Then there's videos where this woman talks to you, and then there's a video where this Carl Sagan lookalike talks to you, and it's kind of about the future of humanity or whatever they're trying to achieve with this. There's the Carl Sagan lookalike guy. And they probably just took a video of Carl Sagan and then did some AI to it or something. And it was pretty cool. You can take photos as you go. So these are all photos that I took. So you have like a interface on your wrist where you can like choose to take a photo at whatever you're looking at the time. And then to talk to each other, you have a button maybe on your wrist, and then you can, it's kind of like a walkie-talkie. So she and I could talk to each other while we were in there. And you collect floating orbs. So there's a little bit of a game to it. Like you can see who at the end collected the most of these like orbs. And there's these like these mountains here. Sometimes there are scenic views that they take you to. So I don't know. It was kind of interesting, but like I've done the Void before. You know, the Void's closed down now. I like the Void more than this, and also Zero Latency, because those were more like action packed. Whereas this is just like kind of like you just walk around and look at stuff experience. It's called Interstellar Arc. And now I'll show you this thing, Birdly. Have you seen videos of people doing this thing? That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was at the lab in that same building. And I'm flying around. It looked like a Google Earth New York. Is basically what I'm flying around. And I'm wearing a Vive Pro. I don't know if it's a Vive Pro 2 or just a regular Vive Pro. I don't remember seeing any noticeable screen door really, so maybe it's a Vive Pro 2. And you know, you just flap your arms like you're a bird, and they have a fan blowing air into your face to simulate the speed. That's kind of like, to me, that was like a one-time thing. I was like, this isn't really something I would want to do any more than that. Oh, and Casey did one where she was flying around in a like a Jurassic time period or whatever. But I don't think she even got to see any dinosaurs. It was just kind of like a
Environment.
Like a Jurassic, time period. I don't know. Okay, so then they had AR dodgeball. These are two guys doing it. Casey and I did this AR dodgeball against each other. It's really just phones. They're wearing headsets that are just phones, and the straps are like Bobo straps, but it's just I don't know why they're just using phones for this, but yeah, if you look at the TV screen, you can see those. One person's throwing a red fireball, and the other person's throwing blue. And you can also bring up a shield it's all like hand gesture based. You can bring up a shield to block them. And I mean, that was okay. And there was another game we played, where you fight a giant robot. And that was one of the worst things I've ever experienced in VR. What was it called? Let me see. It was called, I don't know. I actually don't know the name. They had that and then another thing. And after we tried that robot thing, I was like, all right, let's just get out of here. So that was called The Lab. And
Right.
I don't know, any questions? I got through that pretty fast.
No, I think it's cool that there's some stuff coming back, obviously, because the Void went away.
Yeah.
and to avoid. Um, I actually saw something in my local like shopping mall type thing,
Mm-hmm.
which was like it was a self-serve VR thing. So you didn't have there wasn't even anyone there. Like you just pay and it releases the headset, and then there was like a bunch of games. Like there was the what's that shooting game that recently came out? It's like a time crisis type thing.
Oh,
There
the
was
one
that.
that we talked
I
about
can't
it
remember what
on
it's
here,
called.
right?
Aim Assault.
There
Yeah,
you go.
they had that there, and they had a bunch of other stuff. So I thought that was quite interesting, like a unmanned like VR thing that you can just walk up to, use your card, swipe it, get a headset, and play for a certain amount of time or whatever. Kind of cool.
And they don't get cleaned then. I mean, maybe at the
I
end of
don't
the
know how. I
night.
mean, maybe. I mean, I didn't literally go and have a look at it properly because obviously I don't care. I've already
Mm-hmm.
got those games. I can play all those games myself, but it was I just thought it was interesting that it exists. Like no one's there. You can literally just jump in and take the headset and I assume it's like connected with a wire or something, so you can't run off with a headset or something.
Yeah, there's this trampoline park we take our kids to, and they have a little thing there with VR headsets attached to it, and they always ask to do it, and I always tell them no because they're Quest 2s where like you can't really adjust. I mean, little kids, their IPD just isn't gonna work,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's gonna
uh,
be a bad experience.
yeah, and I don't know what they're seeing, with their little eyes, so I don't know. So we can go to your first game. We'll go to Aces of Thunder VR. I haven't played this.
Yeah, I played it. I actually really like. Well, I won't say I really like, but I don't mind flying games too much. But the main thing for me is I don't like really hardcore, simulators where
Yeah, I don't either.
it's hard just to fly the game, just to fly the
Mm-hmm.
plane is hard work. I like something that's maybe arcadey or like in between, so it's like feels real, but it's a bit more assisted. And unfortunately, I didn't realize this was like hard. I mean, some people are still saying, "Oh, it's arcadey," but like this to me is really hardcore, like simulator style.
Mm-hmm.
Like just getting taken off. I took off from like this training thing, and it said raise the gear, but it didn't tell me how to raise the gear. So then I'm looking around. Oh no, lower. Yeah, raise the gear. And I'm like, and then the next minute my gear just falls off. Like it breaks off my plane. Or when I was trying to land, and it said, "Oh, open the flaps," but and then I opened the flaps, and oh, you're going too fast. And then one of my flaps flew off, and I like span out and crashed. So it's like hardcore simmy. Like you can use your thumbsticks, you can use like a HOTAS, or you can use your motion controls to like grab a virtual stick. Like where you're moving your hands around in real life.
Oh yeah.
Um, so like you're grabbing air basically and just like moving the stick around, but it's just so sensitive to movement. It's just like you can. I was just like stalling the plane and stuff, or the engine was almost dying on me, and I didn't because apparently you can like adjust the mixture. Like when you fly through a cloud, it affects the engine. You have to like adjust the mixture, and it's like proper hardcore stuff. So I played it for a little bit. I think it looks pretty decent. Like performance seemed okay. Like if you like that sort of game, I think it'd be fine. Um, I just don't like those sort of games. It's just too much nerdy. I want something I can jump in, fly around, start shooting shit, and basically that's it. I don't want to be having to learn how to fly a plane to play it.
Yeah. What was that game we were playing multiplayer with Josh?
Oh
Warplanes.
yeah, that was pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called. It was a war. There was
Yeah.
warplanes, and there was a War Thunder, or there was a new version of warplanes, but it was like modern stuff,
Yeah.
and you could fly a helicopter, and yeah, that was more my sort of thing. It was more. I forgot we even bought
Oh
that
yeah.
game.
So there's Warplanes World War One fighters, Warplanes Battles over the Pacific, and Warplanes Air Corps. Is Air Corps what it
Oh
was?
yeah, it was Aircore. Yeah, it was the more
Okay.
modern one
All right.
we played.
Yeah, we had some sort of bugs with it. I remember.
Yeah, it was a bit buggy.
Yeah.
It was seemed all right, but it was. I do get bored with these games a little bit when it's just generally just flying around. That's why I like the more fancy like Ace Combat or Project Wingman, they're a bit more fantasyful. So they're like you're flying around, but then there's like massive airships and stuff you've got to fight. It just makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what the reviews are for this. Let me see.
It got bad reviews on Steam, but that's been a lot of nerds are like, oh, it's not as good as this flight simulator. Uh, I'm gonna give it a negative review. But I know it
Yeah,
got
yeah,
good reviews on
it's
PSVR too.
yeah, it's mixed. It says
Yeah,
57%. Yeah.
but on PSVR, I'm sure PSVR 2 versions, because they don't have like a load of this sort of stuff,
Yeah.
they're more into it. Like it's got like 3.9, so it's not like ultra high reviews, but
Somebody's saying you can't touch the cockpit with your hands. What's the point of VR? Is You said you could grab the stick though.
you can grab the stick, you can grab the throttle, you can do like the gear, the landing gear, you can activate the flaps. There's a
So,
few things, but you because the cockpits are really like detailed,
mm-hmm.
so you do naturally kind of like reach out to grab stuff, but it's not. I mean, again, it's like I don't know. I'm not really that bothered about that sort of stuff. It's like if I'm playing a racing game, I'm not playing a game. I'm playing it with a steering wheel and pedals. I don't feel like I need to be able to reach out and turn the radio on manually and all that sort of shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. All right. Anything else about Aces of Thunder?
No, it's not my thing, but I think overall it feels like a good game if you like simulator stuff.
Okay. Uh, I've talked about Orcs Must Die 3, like with the UEVR injector. I like that a
Yeah,
lot. That I think I might have said that was my favorite game of the year that year.
yeah,
Um, so Orcs Must Die by the Blade came out, and that's a Quest exclusive, and it wasn't expensive. It was $20 or cheaper, so I pre-ordered that. One issue, it's very slow loading. Here's a load screen right here. This might not be one of the really slow ones, but there are some where you're waiting for multiple minutes. So that's
really.
one. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I don't know why. Um, and then it starts you with a tutorial, and like from the very beginning of the tutorial, I had a bad feeling. Like I don't know if this is gonna be any good. Um, just it didn't the melee just didn't feel right, and just some of the interactions and stuff. And so I don't know if they've changed this, but their melee weapons degrade and over time, sort of like in the the modern Zelda games. So you have to find these spinning wheels, which you can see on screen right now, and you grind your sword on it, and then it'll repair your weapon. And I kind of playing this, I kind of felt like the traps seemed kind of like an afterthought. Like this is more of a melee game than it is a trap game, whereas Orcs Must Die to me is more about the traps and setting up the traps everywhere and making like a really efficient kill box where all the enemies are just getting destroyed by your traps, and you just kind of just sit back and be like, oh, like occasionally one got through, let me take him out. And in Orcs Must Die on regular PC, it's not melee. You're shooting at them with with like a crossbow or a blunderbuss, which is like a shotgun. But whereas in this one, I don't think there are any ranged weapons. I mean, maybe there are once you get farther in the game. I've only seen like swords, and I've seen uh, like battle hammers. Maybe I just haven't gotten far enough yet. But anyway, the first time I played it in this game, it wasn't giving me time to set traps. It was just like it would put me in a room and like give me very little time, and it was like, all right, now the enemies are coming. So then I just had to just melee them like crazy, and but recently a patch came out where they fixed that, where you get more time to set up traps. I like to have plenty of time to just like figure out what I want to do and everything. So they improved that, And another issue was when I first played this game, the sounds were all messed up. So like the orcs would come out and you'd hit them, and the sounds they would make would get cut off. It would kind of be like, ah, and then they just kept getting cut off. Yeah, I'm gonna get out. And then that's the only way I can really describe it. But that patch fixed it so that now the sounds are an issue. I think the orcs look good. If you're looking at it on YouTube right now, like this is pretty much how they look in Orcs Must Die 3. So they did a good job with that. But the melee still, especially with the swords, the melee doesn't feel very good. It's hard to get a strike to connect. I don't know if you can see. I'm struggling hitting these guys. I'm trying to parry. They in the tutorial, they teach you like how to parry and stuff. Let's see. And a big difference with this game is like, so in Orcs Must Die 3 or the other ones, 2 and 1, the whole level is available to you, and they're trying to get to your rift. Whereas in this game, you're just like in a kind of a smallish locked room, and they'll just keep chasing you. They're trying to kill you, which isn't how these games usually are. Or, so like you'll see a chest here, it says protect the chest. Well, in this case, this chest ends up kind of being like the rift. And you have to protect the chest from the incoming waves of the orcs. I'm not even sure what these levels are. I just ended up triggering this level accidentally. You grab the traps from your gauntlet, and that's how you choose which one. Like I have the spike floor trap, and I also have like the arrows that shoot from the walls. And you can also grab traps from the bottom of your gauntlet on the underside of your arm. But I didn't even realize that until later. So after the update, I felt better about this game. I originally was going to say, no way, this game's terrible. It's better now. But like right there, I was struggling getting a trap out of the gauntlet. Like there's interaction issues where like it's just like not coming out sometimes. But you can see these traps are actually working. There's a cooldown on traps so that they're not like it just shot at those other guys. So the next guy that comes through doesn't get killed immediately. I think this game is only $20. If you like Orcs Must Die games, I would say yeah, you try it. But it's not a lot like the other Orcs Must Die games. After that update, I think they said they're coming out with more updates to improve it. Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward in this video to a part where this is a part where they just chase me around. I just kept running around. Oh, and there's a part where there's a lever here where I could make that floor drop and kill him that way. But they'll just keep chasing you around. So that's how this isn't.
I don't know
Really
why they've done this though. Like why it's basically just a wave horde mode almost with traps.
Yeah, and so in the other games they're trying to get to the rift, and you're trying to stop them from getting to the rift. Whereas in this one,
Yeah, it was a tower defense game. Whereas this doesn't seem like it's a tower defense game.
Yeah, it's more just like I don't know, blade and sorcery or something.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. But occasionally they do have those levels where there's a chest and you protect the chest, and I guess that's more like. But it's as you saw, it was a very small room. And I guess because this is Quest, they can't probably have like a big level where
maybe
all the stuff's going on. So here I was just trying to get them all to just walk into the spikes and get hit by the arrows and stuff. So I didn't refund it. Oh yeah, and also I tried to play co-op with Casey, and we couldn't get co-op to work. And it didn't explain how you need to get co-op to work. So after that update, I went over to the co-op thing to test it, and then it said you have to beat this certain level for co-op to be available. So you had to beat like level 3, which I hadn't done yet, and then co-op becomes available. So they must have added that after the update. There's another thing where
Right.
it will show your weapon slots, like, and it kept showing that all the time. Like you'd be just doing melee fighting guys, and you'd be seeing your weapon slots pop up all the time. And they adjusted that so that doesn't happen so often. So they're fixing the annoyances. So it's okay. Oh,
Yeah.
and this part I got to like an armory room where you can choose different traps for your gauntlet, and you can go pick up different weapons and stuff. I think that's what it had to do. Like you had to get to the armory and learn about the armory stuff before they would let you do co-op. And figuring out how all this works was a little confusing. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about Orcs Must Die by the Blade. I'll go to your next game, which is Heartshot. And I bought this when this came out.
Yeah, you got a negative review on Steam.
Yep.
I
So
saw
that
that. Go on.
I was wondering if you had any weird visual stuff go on for you.
No, it's had some patches. I bought this game because I was actually planning on making a video for my channel about it because it's
Holy shit! A video on your channel?
yeah, but I gave up because I'm just too
Forgot
busy with work.
you forgot how to do it. I bet.
Yeah, but I played the game. Yeah, it's early access still. It's basically, from what it looks like, it's been abandoned by the developers. They released a few patches a few months after release, and then it's not had any patches for like 2 years or something. But the stuff that you were complaining about is mostly seems to be fixed. Like there's no weirdness going on with the visuals. You can adjust the uh, orientation of the hands so that the hands now feel better. Like they're not because by default they like your hands feel like they're at a weird angle and stuff. I think when it came out originally, you could only pick up guns. You couldn't like keep them, like holster them or anything. And they've added like holsters now, so like you can put over each shoulder. You can have a weapon. But I actually quite like the idea of like just picking up weapons. You know, like randomly finding weapons, picking them up, using them, and then like discarding them in a way. A bit like Robo Quest. Not Robo Quest. What was the Robo Recall? Like you know, like to reload a weapon, you literally just throw it away, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I've been playing it more like that personally, like just using a weapon. You can manually reload. It's got like manual reload and everything. It works fine. I think the gunplay overall is good, but it could do with just like some polish just to make it like great. The actual animations of when you shoot enemies feels good. Like when you're shooting them, they react really well and like it feels like they're having an impact. The gun sounds are good. The sound design's really good in this game. They've got some really good voice acting. The story's pretty like they've got like some funny little clips and stuff that they play because you've got this woman who's talking to you the entire time, and then some of the NPCs will say things that are funny. Like there's got like this guy who's like the overlord kind of villain, and he's like talking over the tannoy to his minions, trying to like get them to kill you as you progress through the game. He says funny stuff. So it's got a bit of comedy in there. It's like it feels like the set pieces and the pacing of the game, the level design is all pretty good. Um, it's not finished. It's not polished as well as it could be. But if you can pick it up on like a really cheap sale, if it gets put on sale, I think it could still be worth playing. It's a solid 2+ hours campaign that's in there already, and I thought it was pretty decent.
Oh,
I
did you
actually
beat
enjoyed
it?
I didn't because I got stuck and
Oh.
then I got distracted. But I got about an hour and a half into it, and I've looked on reviews, and most people seem to have played for like 2 to 2.5 hours. So,
Okay.
but it's not bad. It's actually not bad. I think honestly, it's a shame that it didn't get finished. And I was looking into the developers as well, and they released like another game after this, like another flat non VR game.
Yeah, a cute game, like a Christmas game.
Yeah, Yeah, so they kind of basically just abandoned this game and just worked on something else, which is kind of sucky. So it's probably not even worth giving the developers your money. But like I said, I was gonna make a video about it, like highlighting this game and how it's been abandoned, and it's a shame. But maybe I'll still make that video. But I don't know. But yeah, it's all right. It's not bad.
I mean, I'll try it again, but I don't know if I've ever seen this go on sale. But maybe I don't have it
Did
wish
you
listed.
refund it?
Yeah, yeah, I refunded it. Maybe I don't have it
All
wish
right.
listed. Um,
Yeah, maybe the developers just like because I think the developers have to manually put them on sale. Maybe they don't care about this game so much they don't even bother putting it on sale. You know, it's just like whatever. It
so
just gets
I had
left.
an issue where like the image looked like would wobble. It was this strange wobble thing, and some other people were complaining about it on the Steam discussions, and they they were trying to figure it out, the developers, and I don't know if they ever actually did, but I'm curious to try it.
I mean, I tried it on the PSVR 2 headset and I didn't experience any sort of wobbliness or anything like that.
Yeah, I was on virtual desktop, so I don't know if that's why.
Maybe I think it's been fixed from what I can tell. It had, like I say, it had a few patches. They fixed a few things based on feedback. Added a little bit more content, I think. Yeah, I think it was made by a YouTube. I think there's a YouTuber who made this or something, from what I
Yeah.
remember. Like he does like VFX stuff, and he made his own games now. But yeah, it's not bad. Honestly, it's pretty good. I would say. It just needs that little bit more love, which it's
Right.
probably not going to get. So, you know.
Okay. All right, I'll go to Resident Evil 4 Quest. I beat it, and this isn't my video, somebody else's video. This is just like all the Resident Evil games. This is one of my favorite games now. The only thing bringing it down for me is the all the Ashley stuff. Like any game where they make me escort somebody and like I have to worry about them all the time and protect them, and
Yeah.
I just get annoyed. Um, so the final boss was I thought was way too easy. I was surprised by that, and
Yeah. Well, the bosses in this game are pretty. I think. I mean, I've played a good chunk of this game,
mhm.
and my biggest complaint is just that they didn't balance it very well. Because the original game is obviously like third person, more tank controls.
Yeah,
So the pacing of the game, like you can't really like you haven't got that much mobility, uh, and it's a pretty challenging game flat. But in this, but the quest version of the game, it's like you're just sprinting constantly, no stamina. You can just run around as fast as you want, shoot as much as you want. So like some of the boss battles, like you know these massive like giant monster things in an arena, and I was just like circle strafing around them, and they constantly
yeah,
never even got hit. So it was just like they didn't do a very good job of balancing the game from the original to keep the difficulty there. So it is very. I personally thought it was very easy, like compared to the original.
yeah. I'd never played the well. Actually, I played the original one time, like I think in a store, and yeah, that was I got destroyed, like I said, in the village. Um, yeah, I think it said it took me like 17 hours to beat it, but it did say I think it said I had like 41 deaths. I was like, damn, I'm surprised it was that many. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what I'm not sure what got
that's a
me.
lot.
Uh, that wasn't at the final boss. Like the final boss, I think I beat it on the first try, and then the ending was pretty strange and abrupt. You jet ski out, and then with Ashley, and spoilers, but then she just goes like, "Leon, who is that woman?" And then he goes something like, "She's just a memory that I'll never forget," or something like that. Something
Right.
cheesy, something
Yeah, the
cheesy and
game's cheesy.
cliche, and then it's over. And I was like, "What? Okay."
Yeah,
And that was that about Ava Wong, I guess.
yeah, Ada Wong.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
hard.
Ada. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to find the part. Maybe I don't have. Maybe I didn't get that video. I was trying to find the part. I like the part when you're in the boat and that sea monster,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe this video doesn't have that. I don't know.
That's it there, where it shoots in the water and then it comes.
Oh. Okay. But then he died.
Yeah.
What part killed me the most in this game? I don't remember. Oh.
There's a part with a cabin, early, like it's not early on, but it's not towards a big, like where you're in a cabin and they're all coming like from different directions and they come in ladders and things. That part's pretty tough.
Okay. Oh, I remember that part. I ended up having so many grenades and stuff and then that other guy was helping me, the Latin guy.
Yeah.
That wasn't a problem in VR. I remember dying at, like, you told me there was a part that you didn't want to deal with. You're playing Resident Evil 4 Remake on PSVR 2, and there's a part that you're dreading, and I was wondering what
Oh,
that
I've done it.
is.
I've
Oh,
finished that now.
you finished the game.
No, I finished that part. I've played quite a bit more of the remake.
I'm gonna guess the part that you're dreading is the part where you're like locked in with this bug-like creature, big bug-like creatures, and like locked in storage container thing. Is that it?
No, you're like you're in this like laboratory or something,
Uh huh. Oh,
and
the
there's
spike
like
things
this,
that come at you.
and there's this like thing. There's like one alien. He's got like a big. He's got almost like a xenomorph tail, like whips at you
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
that. Yeah. And it
And
goes
it chases
invisible.
after you, and it's basically invincible. You have to just survive until the elevator comes, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
escape.
Yeah.
I've done
Doesn't it
that bit
go
now. It's fine.
invisible? Doesn't it also go invisible?
I think so. I can't remember. You can freeze it like with these things. Like you can like use cryo tubes or something and freeze it, and it'll delay it. But basically, you just have to survive, and it chases after you, and it looks pretty freaky. I've seen a mod actually for the remake, and you can get a mod that makes it look like a xenomorph. And I was like playing the remake, and I was like, yeah, this literally looks like a xenomorph in a lot of ways with the tail and everything. So
Huh. All right. Um. Well, the next thing I'll talk about, the first you can do your game, I'll talk about the remake. But we're gonna go to Metro Awakening. That's your
yeah,
next game.
I talked about this multiple times. So I'm not going to go over it too much, but I played it again, and I got quite far, but then I just stopped playing it. So basically, I'm done with the game. I've decided I can't be bothered to finish it. So I thought I'd just give my like final thoughts now I've played through most of it. I think the game overall is good until you get to a certain point in the game. I think the first like it's over half, I would say. Like a good solid 6+ hours of the game, I thought was enjoyable. You've got lots of different variety of different encounters. You're fighting humans. You're fighting these little rat things that run into little holes and stuff. Thought they were really cool to fight. Um, there's story elements to it. It feels well balanced. Like there's a nice flow to it, but then it almost feels like, I guess, maybe when the developers just like ran out of budget or something and they just couldn't finish it well, because once you get to this point where you have like this maze section where you like it's almost like you're hallucinating and you're going through the same section over and over.
Does it have spiders too?
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
spider thing, and you keep going back to like your base camp where you started the game and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like that bit didn't bother me too much. All you have to do is you just have to listen to the pipes. They make a sound. Follow
Mhm.
those pipes, and you get out of it pretty quick. It didn't take me too long. But even just after that moment, it's like so much exposure, so much story. There's so much of you just listening to people talk. You're walking through the same levels you've been through so many times. Like they do this whole hallucination thing, which is a big part of the game, where you're like hallucinating as you're going through the game, which just feels like a way for them to just reuse the same environments, just tweak things. So you just feel like you're just playing the same levels over and over and over again. And then there's not even anything really to fight towards the end. Like you get to meet these big like rat things, but they're like really far towards the end before you even get to fight them. I personally thought the smaller rat ones were more interesting to fight.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and there's like on the rail sections where you're just like using a big gun, and it's just so boring. Like after a while, it just got so boring, so repetitive. Like I was just there was nothing new to see. you just spend so much time just standing there like in unskippable like almost cutscenes where you can move around and stuff, but you're restricted to where you can move, and like someone's just talking. And I just got to the point where I got to another one of those cutscenes, and I think I was on chapter 9, and there's like 12 chapters or something, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't be bothered to play this anymore, and I just stopped. So
Did you get to any parts where he realizes who he was in his past life?
yeah, I won't spoil it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I got to that part where he's like, it's something to do with the main. I think that's something to do with the main game or something, which I've not really played that much of, so I didn't really understand what was happening
Okay.
in the story.
And there's a
Yeah,
bunch of ghost stuff, and later in the game, you end up like having to avoid all these ghost guys.
yeah, but they're really easy to avoid. You look like
Yeah.
they don't even see you. Like
Yeah.
you just have to just not walk into them ultimately.
Yeah.
And they're just walking around like these black silhouettes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so uninteresting. Like the back end of the game is so dull.
Yeah.
It's just really not good at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I made it. Somehow I made it through this game. Yeah, I was not happy by the end. I still haven't made it through Reach.
Right.
I think I like Metro more than Reach.
I never played it because the PSVR 2 never worked on the
Yeah.
PC. I think I might just pick it up on the PSVR 2 like I did with what was it called? Rogue Incursion. I ended up playing that on a PSVR 2.
Okay.
I might just do that when it's on sale, but it's not like on high on my list to play from what people have said.
Yeah. Anything else about Metro?
I think overall, like I know it sounds like we're ending on a negative, but I will say, like I say, the first over half of the game, like 6 hours a game, I thought was good, and I enjoyed it. It just goes really like for me personally, the back half of the game is just really dull. Uh, so it does end up leaving like almost makes it feel more negative than what it is. But I think if you're into the Metro games, then I think it's still worth picking up, like especially on a sale. Play through the game, and then just when you get to a certain point, just stop playing. Like if you're bored with it, like I was, like don't force yourself to play through a game you don't enjoy. Um, but you're
Don't
still
be
going to get a good size 6 hours of good gameplay.
Yeah, don't be like me and just force it just so you can say you finished it.
Yeah, it is tempting. I've got to admit, there's something else I'm playing recently that I feel like I'm just trying to get to the end of it. I think it's Horizon Call of the Mountain. I was playing some of that, and I was like, oh man, this game is seriously just like dragging now. But I want to see it to the end, so I keep jumping back into it every now and then.
You used to like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it when I've finished it, but it's another one where it's like they just didn't do enough interesting stuff with that game. Maybe I'll talk about that next month, and I'll try and finish it. But yeah, it's good, and then until it's not, and then it's just like the same shit over and over again. So
Okay. All right. Resident Evil 4 Remake has a VR mod, a first person with motion controls VR mod. Before you had to only play it in third person, and recently a mod came out where you can do, you know, like if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the video. This is some guy named VR Dad. I took his video because I didn't make a video. So the mod was like a little bit complicated to install, but I got it working. But at first it was all blurry and there were weird artifacts everywhere, and I was like, all right, this is unplayable. So then I guess DLSS must have been on, so I turned off DLSS, and then the weird artifacts were still there. It wasn't blur anymore, but I still had these weird artifacts. So then I had to go into the game options and turn off FSR was on by default. I turned off FSR, and then everything looked fine for the most part. Because I mean, there were still sometimes things in the game world where they would only appear in one eye but not the other eye, and sometimes these flat games that happens. I'm probably getting a spam call right now. All right, whatever. So that really bothers me when there's I can see it in my left eye, but not my right eye, because then it just looks really weird in VR.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw a lot of that, like in the forest and stuff. So where like a tree would be there, but only in my left eye, or a rock would be there, but only in my left eye. So there's issues like that. And in the original version of the mod, your orientation was static. So I like to play with physical turn. Well, if I physically turned to the left and push forward,
It's still
I'm
going
I'm still
way
going
looking
forward in
original.
that other physical, or the way the game is, like it's stuck in forward as always this one direction. You remember there was a game called The Persistence that had the same problem on PC.
Yeah.
It got stuck in one direction. I don't know how anybody would ever release a VR game that way. But
No head turning.
yeah, so yeah, you'd have to sit in a chair and just not turn your head while moving. Which, like, what's the point of being in VR at that point? But apparently he came out with I think a 1.1 version of the mod where he fixed that. So now it forward is where you're looking. I haven't gotten to try that yet. I gotta turn my phone off. All right. I haven't gotten to try that yet. I haven't had time. But the 1.0 version that I tried, it was really like clunky and slow. The movement of Leon, like compared to Resident Evil 4 Quest, which, as Alex said, is super fast, and you just like strafe left and right like perfectly. Whereas in this game, I had if you look down, you would see his feet, and like a lot of times I would look down and his feet are pointing in a different direction than like where my head was, and I'd have to remind myself, all right, I need to get my face pointing the same direction as his feet, or else like this is gonna be all crazy. Like it's gonna take him a while to turn and everything,
Yeah.
because this is supposed to be a third person game.
Yeah. Is it like the RE2 and RE3 mods, like when they first came
Yeah,
out?
yeah. Like when they first came out, did Prey Dog do something to fix that to make them easier to control?
He made it, yeah, he definitely improved it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think he never really. I think there was another mod on top of that by like Ashok or someone. He made
Okay,
like a animation improvement mod or something.
that must have been what I did. I know I was using a Shokes or a Shocks mods, so I must have used his to make it feel good. That must have been what it was. Um, so obviously the graphics are better, but like I said, you're gonna have some of those things where they only appear in one eye and not the other. And I would sometimes see this weird cross thing, like I could see like a vertical line and then a horizontal line above it, and I've seen that in some other games sometimes, and maybe it was only in mods. I don't know, but I don't know what that was about. Um, you hold left grip to equip the knife, and then the knife will appear in your right hand, and you can swing it like I was swinging it at like boxes, and it was working. And right grip will give you a red dot. Um, and then that so that you can and then you shoot with the trigger, of course. And oh yeah, in the 1.0, the audio position was way off. Like it wasn't 3D audio at all. Like I would hear in my left ear like an enemy, and then I would look, and there's nothing there. Like, or maybe that enemy might be on the total opposite side of the area. But apparently 1.1, he said he fixed that too. So when I have time, I'm gonna try that, the new version
Yeah.
of the mod. Um, so
Yeah.
performance
I mean,
was
it looks.
okay. It wasn't.
Yeah, you've got like a. When you got, what have you got? 4090.
Yeah, but 4090. And I didn't use. I was like DLS off, DLSS off, FSR off. Maybe if you turn DLSS on, its performance is better. But a lot
Apparently,
of
the
times,
new DLSS stuff is really good. Like, if you get the 4 or 4.5 DLSS, apparently
uh-huh.
it's really good in VR, and you can upgrade it like using something called a DLSS swapper tool.
Yeah,
You can upgrade it to like the latest thing because a lot of people do that with the UEVR mods, like because obviously they're really demanding games.
yeah.
I've literally just bought Jedi Survivor because it's on sale for like £5.
I saw you buy that,
Um,
so that made me buy it.
yeah, so I'm looking at like using the DLSS swapper, and there's a mod from Nexus Mods where you can like performance improvements and stuff because I know that game runs pretty badly on even just flat. So that's going to be a challenge. I've not played it yet in VR, but that's something I'm looking forward to, which we can talk about as well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about you need this DLL for DLS and then for DLSS and then do this. It's something I just haven't followed. Like maybe because I have a 4090, I was just been like, I don't,
Yeah,
I don't
it does
care.
make it more. Like, it is a problem because when I come to sit down and play a game, I sometimes like, oh, really, I feel like playing like a flat game with like modded because it's just like more chill. Sit back, gamepad. But then it always just feels like that's that friction
Yeah.
of just like, oh, I've got to download this profile and I've got to download this and I've got to set this up and just to get the most out of it. Um, it's enough just to put me off not wanting to do it, like play it, right? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like I go to all the trouble of just getting the mod to work, and I don't want to then have to also mess with all these other files and all this other stuff, and I don't know. So I guess I'll go to the next thing. In January, I talked about Surviving Mars Pioneer. That was my game of the year of 2020 of 2025, and you worked on it.
I just tested it.
Yeah, you
Didn't
were a
really do
tester.
anything.
So then you told me that an ending was added. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I need to go check that out. So I went back in, and you said I had to go use my scanner. Or no, I didn't have to use my scanner. I had to go to something near the original starting point.
Yeah.
And then that told me to go to my scanner, I think. And so then I had to use my scanner, and then that showed a new area on the map that got unlocked. I can't remember what it was called. So then I went there and I explored, and this video is not that. This is just a video I did of Surviving Mars, like last year sometime.
Yeah.
So I went there and I explored it, and I beat the game. So, but once I went to this new area, which I guess you probably were your job. I know you told me that you wanted my save file because then that probably helped you get to that area really fast, right?
Yeah, I've used your safe. I've literally this video showing your base, and I've
Yeah,
literally used this video. Like I've been in this base myself,
yeah.
and the developers have been in this base
And
because
they're
they used it to like help with bugs. So
and they're like, what? Why is this guy put all of his machines just all up one
oh
after the
yeah,
other?
someone really did not like your base. They were like, this is giving me like OCD levels of like the way you've stacked everything.
Well,
It's funny.
how should it be? Like what
I
would
don't
he
know.
want? How would he would want like
Ev-
little plants and stuff in between each one?
yeah, I don't know. People get into this like the building stuff where you've basically just like done what I would have done, and whereas it's like I need to build this, so I'm just gonna put it anywhere I
Mm-hmm.
can fit it, basically, rather than like arrange everything and stuff.
Yeah. I was just trying to maximize the space, and just like
Yeah,
a
it
machine here, then
works.
a machine, yeah. So what I have to say about the final area is I was kind of underwhelmed because
Yeah,
there wasn't much to do there, and I was kind of hoping there would be like aliens or something crazy, but
no,
no, but there wasn't. So I shouldn't say what happens at the end, but
no.
I don't know. Did any people on the team say anything like that, or is it just me?
Uh, what about the ending?
Yeah, about the ending and about the last area.
I don't know. I don't know, but I mean, we just got it, out of early access and full release. So I don't know if they had the time and budget to maybe do what they wanted to do with it. I don't know, but it's a game you can play from start to finish now with an ending. So
It's still my favorite game. It's still my favorite game of 2025. Oh yeah, and here's let me see. Here's
Yeah, you're on the hover bike.
the hover bike. This thing is really cool because you can just fly off of cliffs and just land and you're fine. And then there's also a rover.
Yep, there
And
is, and you can carry more stuff in the rover.
yeah, and what I say about like the ending, I don't that shouldn't put you off. I just was like, okay, there are there are some alien there is some alien technology in this game. I just thought because there was some of that type of stuff in this game at earlier places, I thought maybe the final place would have like more of that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you get to
talking
see
about.
like the, I guess who put the alien stuff there, I guess, but you didn't get
Yeah,
to see that.
yeah. So I thought there might be like the end. I wanted to like the ending basically of Total Recall. I wanted something like
Right.
that.
Yeah, that would have been
Where,
cool.
yeah, but maybe that would have been too like cliche and like you stole the ending if you just unlocked all these stores of oxygen and terraformed Mars or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember Total Recall.
barely. It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I think at the end there's like this ancient machine where they have all of these rods of like oxygen or something, and they somehow get unleashed. Maybe they put an alien hand. I think the guy that's remember that was his name was like Quato, the guy that the little demon looking thing that's living inside of that guy's body. He's like one of the aliens, and maybe he has the hand. I can't remember how they actually trigger that machine in the end that releases all the oxygen onto the planet. I don't know. I need to see
I
that
remember
movie
now.
again.
Yeah, I remember him like in Arnold Schwarzenegger's like eyeballs and all are popping out his head, and he's almost dying, and then
Yeah, and then the oxygen
they
comes.
activate the thing, and then
Yeah,
he's okay.
yeah, yeah. All right. I don't have anything else to say. It's an awesome game. If you're into like grinding and crafting and exploring, definitely get Surviving Mars Pioneer. We're done. I think. Well, we're done with your games for now. There's also the demos, but I have them lower in this list. So this is Under the
Okay.
Waves. Last time
Oh yeah,
we talked about Under the Waves, and you said you wished you wanted me to play it.
yeah. I didn't like it.
Yeah. So you
It was
said
boring.
it looked weird to you.
Yeah,
So I had to turn off film grain and chromatic aberration and lens dirt, and that
yeah. I
improved it.
turned all that off.
But
Yeah,
then I was having some of these, the same issue as in Resident Evil 4 Remake, where some things were appearing in my left eye but not my right eye. So I had to switch it from native stereo to synced sequential in UEVR. Did you switch it to
right.
synced sequential?
I don't honestly remember.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd remember. All right.
Did it look
Uh,
better?
that made it better, but I was wondering if the thing that you thought was weird is this weird. So there's this weird undulating effect when you're underwater. All of the graphics are just kind of always undulating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just looks like there's just too much like post processing stuff. Like it's so it like blinds you almost. You know, like sometimes you're underwater and you want to look around and see
Yeah.
everything that's there, and it's just like oh somehow you can't see shit because there's all these fucking lights and effects and stuff all over your face, and even turning all that stuff off in the menus, it still felt like there was a bunch of
Uh,
crap that I wanted to turn
like
off.
all of this lens flare shit that I was just shown in the video. All of the lens
Yeah,
flaring.
like lens
Yeah.
flare and like just so much crap. Like that's maybe in flight it looks good, but in VR it just makes it feel like you can't see what you're actually looking at. So
There was some setting I was messing with in the CVARs of UEVR that did turn that stuff off. I don't remember which one it was.
right,
But I think I decided I might like it better on because when I turned it off, I think it was making everything look too flat.
yeah. Well, that's the problem. There's no balance because you either
Yeah,
have it where it looks almost flat and like there's no atmosphere, or you have it so that it's like cranked up.
yeah.
Uh, Yeah, I was just. I think it was like the light culling or something. I think I tried that myself,
Yeah.
and it definitely turned stuff off. But then, like you say, it makes everything look kind of fake and flat. So it just didn't quite work.
Yeah, so this game has a lot. There's a lot of story and like talking between you and this other guy, and like you, I think you said last time, you're just doing a bunch of tedious chores, kind of like Lone Echo.
Yeah, it reminded me of Lone Echo, the early parts of Lone Echo. But I never got past that. Maybe it gets better after that. That's why I was curious
Well,
if you got to a point where it changed and was more interesting.
well, I got into this ship. Did you get into this ship and like you can do this ship either like third person or first person? I was
Yeah.
switching between the views. Um, and I was like, okay, is this gonna be like Subnautica? Because if it is, then I might like this game. But I went like to this station where your bed and your kitchen are and all that, like where you're stationed. I guess I don't know what is this guy. What's his job? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I didn't really understand what he was doing there. Like, is he just maintaining some sort of underwater station or something?
Yeah. And you get there and it's just like go drink the coffee, go answer the phone, go to bed, go and you're talking to some other guy in between and then it's like all right, once you woke up it's like all right, go collect the algae. So I went and collected the algae. And then it told me to go find these materials and I found the materials and then it said go find the then I was supposed to find the crafting table. And that's where I got stuck and I gave up. I couldn't find the crafting table. And it wouldn't let me go back inside the habitat. I thought maybe it's in there, and it wouldn't let me. And I didn't see a waypoint on the map. And that's when I was like, all right, I think I played for like an hour.
Well,
And
you play way more than me then.
yeah, and then
Did you think it looked good, like when you're underwater and stuff?
so I played in third person, so I thought it looked okay. I think you played in first person, and I think that would maybe make things look worse because you're closer to everything.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I found there's a mod for the like where it automatically changes between first and third,
Okay.
and you can manually change it as well. But like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe if I'd have changed it to third person, it would have been better. But then I just thought the gameplay loop was just so boring anyway. So I don't think it would have helped.
I'm hoping something crazy happens and then it gets interesting. But yeah, so far it's just really boring.
Because there is a little bit in the, like near the beginning where you're like in a dream or something, and you're walking through,
Oh yeah.
and then there's like this weird whale. Like that bit was kind of cool-ish.
Hmm.
It just never looked as good as I expected it to. Do you know, like when you're watching it on a flat screen, you think, oh man, in VR this thing must look like incredible,
Yeah.
but somehow it just didn't. I don't know. It just looked a bit shit somehow. I don't know how to describe it.
Hmm. It just it looked okay to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my expectations were too. I was expecting like Subnautica levels of like quality of like the life and the underwater life and
Hmm.
just the way it looked. It just didn't feel anything close to that level.
Yeah. Um. So I'll go. I don't have anything else to say about that. I'll go to A Night in the Attic. This is one you've never heard about or anybody talk about probably.
No.
This this is a game where it's like those little labyrinth puzzles that you might have
Right.
played when you were a kid. So where you have a little ball and you have to roll it to get to like a
Oh
hole.
yeah.
Yeah. So you start out in this room and there's just this part's a little janky when you mess with these scrolls and it just
Yeah.
tells like little stories and stuff. And there are little places for your tools. And on the far left is a jar of bees. When you go into levels, you have to collect bees, and collecting the bees will let you unlock new levels. So you pull a drawer out, and so like that one's been unlocked, And here I'm messing with the controls. You can change it between where you have to grip to hold, or you can change it to toggle. Once you have the labyrinth board out, you probably would want it to be toggle, so you have to sit there and hold the whole time. But I was just trying to decide which I wanted. So you take the canister of bees. You see how it has a B and 4? That means I need 4 bees to unlock that level. So I don't have in my jar. I only have 3 bees at a time. So you take your little roller girl, and now I'm moving this thing around, and she's rolling around in this environment with trees and bushes and stone columns and stuff. And the trees, you can't tell in this video, the trees are extremely 3D. They pop out like right in your face, which is it looks really cool in VR. And so there will be platforms that will lower and raise, and then you use those to sometimes to get places. There will be puzzle elements where you have to there will be a crank on the level, and then you take the crank out, and that'll become a tool that you can put on that chest or whatever where all the levels came out. You can use that crank, anytime you need it. And so there'll be like a hole in the level where you have to stick the crank in, and then that'll make like maybe a door open or something like that. And there's a little story. So like a guy in the video on YouTube just now came up, and it's Lancelot talking to her. She's the queen. And, I couldn't even tell you what the story is, actually, because I haven't been doing a good job of paying attention. This is my video.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the you just like getting through like a maze then almost?
Yeah,
To
you're just
get to
getting
the
through a
finish?
maze, and there are checkpoints, and you have to find a certain number of bees before. And why it's bees, I have no idea, but you have to get a certain number of bees to go to the next level. Like that, you take that jar of bees. If you find a bee in the level, you bring the jar over to it, and then the bee will get trapped in the jar. Then
Right.
you pull out that drawer and hold the jar up against it, and then if you have the right number of bees, they'll unlock that level. And so I guess there are 12 levels because there are 12 drawers. I think I might be on level 3 or 4 at this point. I
How
think
much
this
is
is
it?
it's pretty cheap. It might be $15.
Right.
I might have gotten it in a bundle. I'm not sure. Let me see. If I'm gonna go to the store page. Oh, $9.99.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Is it good?
Yeah, if you like these types of, if you like labyrinth maze stuff, yes.
Right.
I think most people will probably get bored of it. But you're physically, I mean, it's probably already obvious, but you're physically moving this
You're
table.
tilting it.
You're
Yeah.
tilting it, yeah. You might be able to use your analog sticks. I didn't even try. That might be an option. So like, here's a place where I have to bring the jar of bees over, and if I hold it there long enough, it unlocks the gate. And maybe I went over to the right to see if there was other stuff. Oh, and the music is good. I mean, it like matches. It's like medieval kind of.
Yeah.
So.
How did you find this game? I'm just like never heard of it.
I don't know. I keep track of websites where they're like upcoming VR games, and maybe that's how.
Yeah.
I don't know. So do I have anything else to say about that? No, I think I. In the very beginning, it was a little confusing, like for me to understand how the game works and how to get going, because you have to open the drawer and then pull that thing out and then put it on this thing you're holding, and then you have to pick up the girl and put her on there, and it was a little bit. It could have been explained a little better, but once you know that, It's fine. And it just gets more and more challenging. You'll get frustrated. You'll miss a ramp or something, and then you'll have to do it 5 or more times before you get it right. What were you gonna say?
That's nothing. That was. It looks all right.
Yeah. Okay. The next one I'll go to is Ancient Dungeon. I've been playing this game for a long time now. They had a recent update where they added a flail and a bomb. So now you have a class of character that's that. And they updated like the augments to the weapons, and they updated like a lot of the the questing in the game. Let me see if I can get to a better part. All right. So this is what the flail looks like. And if you go into this game now, like if you've already unlocked a bunch of augments for your weapons, well, that's all reset now. You're going to have to redo it. That's one thing that's unfortunate. It's all, and what now you have to collect, you also have to collect crystals. So it used to just be beast blood. So you beat the game, and by doing that, you get beast blood, and then you can augment your weapons and improve them. But now you have to also get crystals, and the crystals will give you slots. You have to unlock the slots to even put augments in it. So randomly in the levels, you'll find crystals. And then when you beat the beast at the end of the game, it gives you a lot more blood. Before you would, like on a standard difficulty game, you'd only get 1 beast blood when you beat it. Now you'll get, maybe you'll get 5 instead. So that helps you get more augments sooner. So in your right hand will be the flail, and then I think if you hold the left hand trigger, you'll have a bomb in your left hand, and you can throw it, and then it'll explode, of course, and like send shrapnel, killing enemies. Let's see if this guy in this video will use the bomb. I tend to go for weapons that give me ranged attacks more. So I like the magic. So there's a magic wand, and Tome is one character. I guess that's the magician character. And I like that because you can. The wand is a very ranged attack, and then you can use the book to do all sorts of like lightning magic and all sorts of stuff. This is a melee thing, and I don't usually like to get close to enemies because then I'm gonna end up getting hit. So anyway, that's all about that. Casey and I have played this game a million times. You can talk about this, the amusement. So this is my video of the demo. So it says free roam, locomotion type free roam. Is there also an option for like
It's teleport or free roam. So free roam is basically just like room scale. Even there's no like smooth locomotion in this game.
Okay.
But it's one of those like what do you call them? What do you call them? You know, like infinite space type things where as you move around your room, it like changes so you can keep moving around your space. Like you can get through this game as long as you've got
redirected
meters.
Walking. That's what.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually does. I think I played a bit of this, and the problem is that my space where my PC is in the office is too small.
Okay.
So I literally couldn't do it. I tried doing the teleport, but it just didn't feel like I was getting the real experience.
Okay.
And it's only a demo, so I decided I'm just gonna wait for the full release, and then I'll probably just set up my PC in a different room or something, so I can actually properly play it when it comes out. But I did like it. I think it's really well made, good quality. Visually, it's really nice. Like they do some really cool things, like because a lot of these games with these redirected walking, they can sometimes feel like you're just walking around in circles, and this one does a good job. Like you'll walk into like inside a thing, like a machine almost, and then you've got to crank a handle, and then that handle turns you around. So then you're in the game, you're turning this inside this machine, but obviously in real life you're not moving anywhere. So then it kind of like redirects you to walk somewhere else. So they seem to be doing a good job of making it feel different rather than you just doing. Because like, what was that other one? Temple of whatever it was
I have the
called.
temple.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool, but it was just the same thing. You just stand on a floating block that then you do the roller thing where you have to walk backwards, which
Yeah.
then
This does have
it
more
worked well.
variety. Yeah.
Yeah, this one just like does a lot more different things to make you feel like you actually moving through space rather than just like the same gimmick repeated.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this a lot. And if you like mazes, you're gonna like this because if you're watching the video on YouTube, you can see I'm going through a hedge maze right now, and so I'm physically walking through this, and then you get to another one of these little pods where you have a wheel and you turn it, and it's turning the pod. This kind of reminds me of like a Myst game, doesn't it? To your Riven.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
Yeah, like in Riven, that VR remake, they had that room that spun with those like scarab beetles or whatever. That room.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to figure out which pod you need to go to and which like how many times you need to turn it to get to which to get out of the hedge maze. And there's some sort of puppet story going along. I didn't really follow it too closely, but there's a story of some sort. Um,
Yeah, there's definitely a strong story.
yeah.
Like you're arriving at this amusement park or something that you've been, I think you've inherited it or something, but then there's some sort of something weird going on there, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm interested to see where it goes because obviously the demo gives you a little slice, which I didn't play all of it. But like, is it gonna like give you like, are you gonna get to the amusement park and you're gonna like parlor, like carnival games and stuff? I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do with the theming. It's got potential to have some cool stuff in there. Like there's
Yeah.
some
So
climbing and
once I got out of the hedge maze, it's climbing, and then after that, you do another thing that's cool. Once I get over there, but yeah, it's like this is very different, and I like that. And I also like this is I like escape rooms, and this is kind of like an escape room type of thing also. um, so once I get down here, I go through this cave, and then I'm gonna pull myself along a rail, and I thought this part felt pretty cool. I don't remember doing this in any other VR game. So it's telling you to put your hands here, and then you're pulling
oh, I
yourself.
see. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and it really felt unique.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They do a good job of adding a lot of variety to the movements. Like you are moving around your room, but they do all these different things like climbing, rotating wheels, pulling yourself along, sliding like rails and stuff.
Yeah,
So it feels genuinely like you're actually moving through the game world, not just like walking around in circles in your room,
yeah,
which I think is a good thing.
yeah, definitely. And then after this part, oh yeah, they're doing the puppet show thing here. I'll go forward, doing more of this rail thing. Then I do more of the maze. Then I'm climbing up this giant gnome guy. Then you end up dropping down into a room inside of him, and you solve puzzles in here, and there's things to look at. There's a yo-yo. This yo-yo ends up being like a tool you need to use to solve some of the puzzles. So yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna
there's a
get
lot.
this once this comes out.
And that's just the demo. Like they do a good job of showcasing what they're gonna get in the full game. So it's definitely one I want to get when it comes out.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Empire City demo. Did you do this whole thing?
I didn't do quite all of it. I got to I got to the final teenage turtle, and I didn't like the combat. What's it called? The Raphael, is it? With the like,
Size?
Yeah, they're so short range, and then they really ramp up the combat. And I was struggling with the parrying. Like it's really trying to teach this parrying. I don't know if you had any problems with it, but I really
Yeah.
struggled to parry, and
Yeah.
kind
I
of
ended
like
up just flailing because I was like, this is
yeah,
working, so I'll just flail.
yeah, yeah. I think that's the main thing that the demo is cool, and I actually think it's like a really well made, polished thing. Obviously, the whole thing is going to be co-op as well, which makes it awesome. So you
Yeah.
play up to 4 people co-op. But I think the melee combat, I don't know. We'll have to see how things go with the full game. Like some of them, like what was it with the nunchucks? Who's got the nunchucks? I can't remember.
Michelangelo.
Uh, yeah, the nunchucks are like OP to shit. You can literally just absolutely beat the crap out of them without them even like touching you. Whereas like the Raphael scythes, I thought were really hard to use. So I quite liked it. It was good variety. Like I like the Donatello's, like stick thing felt different, and so there's definitely, but I can definitely see like Michelangelo being something people go to because the nunchucks were so overpowered. Like you
And
could
he
just absolutely devastate people.
and he's the party dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, you play as all of them. You play as Leo, Mike, Donatello, and Raphael in the demo, and you also get to check out the turtle lair. But I don't know. I wasn't really impressed by anything I tried in this. Let's see.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, and I'm curious to see where it goes. And I think co-op will definitely make it great. Like in terms of just being fun to play. But I wasn't as blown away. Some people were like, "Oh my god, this game's amazing." I wasn't quite there yet. I also thought the parkour like movement felt a little bit sluggish. I was expecting to be able to like wall run and stuff, and but you can only really just jump or just grab and pull yourself up, sort of thing. From the demo anyway.
And you press the button to kick.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. What am I doing here? This is my video.
Right.
I guess I
You're
was
just fighting.
maybe I'm try. I don't know if I was trying to parry or if I'm just I was just doing the wild
Yeah, you don't
swing.
find out about the parry until the end, which is where
Oh,
I
okay.
got like annihilated because they throw like 3 or 4 guys at once at you, and you
Okay,
gotta
I'm
like
just flailing at this guy. And I'm flailing at this guy.
yeah. Yeah, you can. When you get the nunchucks, you can just absolutely walk through them. Like it's so easy with the nunchucks. It's crazy.
They have these breakable boxes everywhere, and I broke them, and then there's like never anything in them. So I'm like, all right, give me something.
But it's got potential to be great. I do think it's got like the foundations there. Um, we'll see what the full game's like. I'm not as
What
impressed as a lot of some people are like really hyped on this thing, and maybe not as hyped as I was when after I've played the demo, but I'm still interested in it.
if it didn't have the Ninja Turtle theme? I don't think you'd be interested.
That is true. The Ninja Turtles does make it like way more interesting, and they've done a good job with the theming. Like it feels like you're in a Ninja Turtle game. Like the voice acting is great. So I will say that's probably like the thing that attracts me to it more than the overall game and gameplay.
Yeah. Oh, they had little light puzzles where you.
Which they were a bit fiddly. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, here's where you're climbing up a window and you throw yourself up to the next window. Oh, this is where they do the parry.
Yeah. This is the bit where I got stuck.
Let's see what happened with me. I'm taking my time. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna break these
Yeah.
boxes and see what's in them. Oh, nothing. Big
Yeah.
surprise.
You're really taking your time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here
All
we go.
right. Okay. You
So
gonna
you
parry?
are now going to try and parry, and
Oh, I parried him.
you
What
parried
about?
him. Yeah.
Uh,
And he's gonna parry. Yeah. and now he's dazed.
No, I'll just do my.
But you're taking damage though. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's when you get past the first bit where, because it's like, oh, this is how you parry. Now fight 4 guys at the same time,
Yeah.
and you have to parry them. It's like, oh, okay, that's it spikes a bit. I thought.
Is that in this room?
No, I think you go through. I think you have to go through a couple of extra guys, and then eventually, like, here's loads of guys. Good luck. But you got through it though, because you got through to the end, so you're obviously better than me.
Oh,
Oh yeah, but you're just like
I'm just
straight up
flailing.
flailing. Yeah.
Oh, this is where they make you fight a bunch of guys. So I threw, what is that, a smoke bomb? Yeah, and then I just started
Yeah.
throwing the Chinese stars. Or shurikens, whatever they are.
Oh, that's how you got through it. You just kept throwing.
Yeah, I just kept throwing crap at them.
You should throw the box at them.
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna flail.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't flail. You see, I was trying to do the actual parry thing, but
Oh, that's what cost you.
yeah, I'm trying to play the game properly.
Yeah. All right, I'll go to Echoes of Mora demo. I don't think you tried this one.
No.
So these blue and purple bubbles come down and talk to you and kind of give you a tutorial. This is a game like Freediver Triton Down where you swim with your hands. So I was like,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I was excited about it.
And then you played it.
Then I played it, and it's like more of a story thing, and it's like not very gamey. It's more just kind of experience and a story. And then I was like, oh, it looks pretty good. Let me see. It's teaching me how to play the game. So this is what I kept seeing in the demo. They kept doing this story where these people are made out of particles. And I just got really tired of it. So Mora is this younger girl, and then she's hanging out with these like teenagers or something that are like pissed off. And they're like trying to tell her, "Hey Mora, stop hanging out at that pier. You're gonna fall." And then she falls, and
Oh,
I don't
she's
know.
dead. She
Yeah.
drowned.
Oh, then some guy tries to save her, and then he falls in, and I'm not sure what's going on with it. But anyway, I don't know if you're supposed to be somebody's spirit or what. But you kind of swim around, and it directs you where to go, and you just go, and then there's like a very basic puzzle, or just an item you just have to like pick up and then take to another place. That's all it was in the demo. And I eventually got tired of doing the swimming motion, and I ended up. This is where I just change it to like where you can do it with simplified swimming, where you can do it with your thumbstick.
Yeah. I think the reason Triton Down worked so well is because you weren't just swimming. You were
Yeah.
like grabbing the world and pulling yourself through it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really cool little experience, I guess. But it's a shame they didn't. I really expected that studio to like take that because they spent all this time making this movement system and everything and like expanding it out into another game, and they just never did, which is annoying.
Yeah. And here I am just figuring out what they want me to do, and I'm trying to interact with things, and and here's
Yeah,
more
it looks like
oh, sorry.
story-driven sort of thing.
Yeah, they're here arguing. These particle people are arguing over something, and you're just stuck there just listening to them, and I just couldn't take it.
Yeah, that's the worst thing in VR. That's what Metro did. Like, it was just towards the end, it was just you just not being able to do anything other than just listen to someone talk.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah. The listeners of this podcast are probably tired of that. So I'll go on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go to the next demo, La Royale Below Deck demo. I think you might have
Oh,
posted, huh?
yeah. I posted about this in
Yeah.
thing, and you played it, and I saw your mess. I saw your notes about it, and I literally laughed out loud. So I'm interested to see
Yeah.
what you say with this.
So you have to turn a beta on because I tried this at first and it just was a flat game. So I had to go into the properties and do the beta. And yeah, this was, as I put on my notes, one of the worst things I've seen in recent memory.
Yeah.
Uh, all you do, let me get. So this is it. You just you walk around this ship and everything like the water looks really bad. It's the worst water I've ever seen. And
Okay.
everything on the ship is like just static and there's nothing to do.
So it's not even a game.
It's not a game. I don't know
It's
why
just
they
like you.
even released this.
Why did they put that out? Yeah. Why have we put? It's clearly so early. It's like just a tech demo.
Yeah. I'm just pointing out the guy's wrist. And I mean that this is all there is to it. I don't know if you can see in VR. You can see how weird the water looks. It might be hard to see here.
Yeah.
Um,
Because the on the Steam page you've got like it looks makes it look like it's a really like fully fleshed out
yeah, I
game where you're in combat and stuff.
feel like some games put fake videos up.
Yeah, they must
Th-
do because this doesn't look anything near as good as what it looks like on
yeah,
the Steam page.
you can actually pick up this gun. I was shocked,
Right.
but then I couldn't pick up the
Can't.
bullets, and then I'm trying to read this. Set the hammer. All right, I'm trying to set the hammer, and I can't. I'm trying grip and trigger, and I don't know.
Maybe it's just the VR version that's really early, and like if you played it flat, it'd be
Yeah,
more to it. I don't know.
hopefully, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go up to the captain. He's
He
turning
don't
his
want to look
head.
at you. He really does not want to look at you.
No,
He's not happy.
no. Did I go for it? I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think yeah, you
This
can
is
walk.
riveting
Yeah,
content, by the
I
way,
know it
for
is.
our
And you can.
listeners.
This is one of these games where you can walk inside people and you can look down in their pants. Let me see. I'm
Yeah.
sure I walk inside this guy and I can see his tongue and his eyeballs. All right.
Yeah. You're inside him.
Yep.
You're inside a man. Another man.
My favorite. Just like earlier in the podcast.
Yeah. It's
All
something
right.
you're not telling me.
Yeah. So here's upcoming games. Made of Skur VR is coming out March 17th on PC, PlayStation, and Quest. I have
Which is now, basically.
Yeah, what's today?
16th.
Oh,
We're
okay.
recording this.
That's when we're recording this. Okay. So here's the trailer. I think this is a flat game.
Yeah, this is a flat game that's got a VR port, but I've not seen any VR gameplay of it, which is a little bit concerning. All the footage, even the VR trailer footage, is literally just the flat trailer
So
with
expect it to
like
look a lot worse.
either that or just like the controls to be like really shitty. I don't know. I'm not feeling confident about this.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's coming out tomorrow.
Oh,
Apparently.
this is VR. I mean, I
No, that's
think.
not. That's
Oh no.
no. It's not.
No.
That's literally in the flat game trailer. It's exactly the same. The trailer is identical.
Okay.
They've just put the VR thing. Oh, that looks like VR. Maybe does it? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just one of those horror games where you're basically having to hide, which
Yeah.
I'm not really a massive fan of, if I'm honest. I don't mind horror games where like you at least got some sort of empowerment to like fight them back or something,
Yeah.
defend yourself. But it's got good reviews, so it could be good.
That looks
We'll
like
see.
some pre-rendered stuff. Some of these.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Yeah, that's pre-rendered. All of that's pre-rendered.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the trailer does not show VR gameplay; it's all flat gameplay. So how they're going to translate this into VR, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, what else is on here? VMX. I just heard about this. March 26th, PC and Quest. This looks like a Tony Hawk game, but on a
Oh,
bike.
I never even heard of this.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this could feel crazy in VR, which I like.
Yeah, this looks actually pretty cool.
Then they show you can like customize your bike. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want to do the crazy ramps and stuff.
You just want a spinny winny.
Yeah, exactly. Here's where you spray paint your stuff, and I think it has multiplayer. And look, you're doing 360 spins and
Yeah, this looks cool.
yeah.
I wonder how the controls work though. Is it just thumbstick for turning and stuff, or
I don't know.
is it flat as well? Is it flat and VR?
Let me see.
This gameplay kind of looks flat. I don't know. Oh no, that's VR.
Yeah, like the video seems like it looks a little too good to be true.
Steam VR 2025. It's a VR game. Yeah. It's just the way the hands are moving and flicking. It looks too perfect, almost like it's just an animation
Yeah.
rather than someone actually doing it. So I'm curious what it's going to feel like and look like when you're actually in the game.
Yeah. March 26th, I think that was. Then Star Trek Infection is March 31st, but I'm feeling if you go to the Steam page it just says coming soon. So it might be a delay.
Right.
EXT Extra Dimensional April 16th. We showed that last time, I think. Little Nightmares VR Altered Echoes has a new trailer. It's coming out April 23rd
April. Yeah.
on PlayStation, PC, and Quest. And here's the trailer.
Yeah. This looks all right. There was
Yeah.
I was looking at the developer who's making it though, and they've basically made nothing apart from a ping pong game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit concerning.
Let me see. Who's the developer?
Ionic or something.
Okay, let me see.
Right. Oh, iconic. ICONIK. If you go on the Steam page for the game, this game, and then you click on the developer, you can see what they've made. And the only thing they've made other than this is something called Kong Pong or something.
King Pong.
Yeah.
From 2021. Huh. What the hell is that?
So how they managed to get the I don't know how they got the contract for this thing, but yeah. But he's got the characters from the main games. Apparently, you play as Dark Six because spoilers, but at the end of the first game, you kind of you become like a bit dark, I guess. I don't know how do you describe it? You big like powers and shit. So I don't know. I assume this is a follow up from the end of the first game.
Okay.
Because the second game is basically like a prequel in a way.
Oh, it is okay. I beat them both, and I don't even remember any of it. Like what happened with the character.
Yeah, because this is basically you're on a boat, and then this woman she's got powers, and you kill her, and then you get her powers at the end, of the first game.
Okay.
So I assume this maybe you're gonna have that. I don't know.
How do I not remember that? You're on a boat and you kill a woman?
Yeah, that's the whole game. You're on the ship, so.
Is the first one where you end up you realize you're on a ship and then all those fat guys are trying to eat you?
Yeah.
And then who's the woman?
Right.
Oh, the woman.
She's like an Asian woman with a mask.
Is she like Asian or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she uses mirrors. Yeah, use mirrors at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool game, cool ending. We're probably spoiling it for some people if they've not played a flat game, but the flat game's worth playing. Like the first two. Apparently, the third one people saying like, isn't very good. It's made by a different developer, so I've not played that one yet.
What's the problem with it?
I don't know. I've not played it.
I think it's mixed on Steam. Last I looked at it.
It's co-op as well, which is I was kind of wanting to play it with you.
Yeah.
It's a UEVR game. We could definitely play that in VR.
I've had it wishlisted, but yeah, it's $40, and it is.
Yeah, I think once it's on sale, I think we should pick it up and play through it.
Yeah, it's 49% is the rating.
Yeah, but then the developers who made these first two, they've made their own game called Reanimal, which is also released, and that's getting way better reviews. That's also Unreal Engine, so.
All right. Did you buy
you
that?
Can play that on. No, I'm waiting. Apparently, the performance is really rough on it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna wait and see if they improve it, and then if they get it on sale.
Oh yeah, somebody says here, go play Reanimal instead. It is way scarier and has all the same charm as this was supposed to have, and way more gameplay. That's a review of Little Nightmares 3.
Yeah. I wonder if the developer like had a bit of a falling out with, Bandai Namco or something, because they seem to have just gone off on their own and they made something that's very similar to Little Nightmares, but like just in a different universe, I guess. But yeah, we should probably talk about this game, which is obviously coming out next month. Looks good. I'm interested in it. I like Little Nightmares. I think it's going to be really cool, just like the sense of scale, because in Little Nightmares games, you're basically a little child. But even though you're a child, you're almost like tiny in the world. Like you're really, really small. And everything else is really big. Like the enemies are really big. So I think it's going to be really cool to see that in VR. Like this perspective and the scale of everything will be really cool. Just being in that universe will be cool.
Yeah, and if you like this game or games like it, definitely get Out of Sight VR, which Alex worked on. Yep. He was a tester, right?
Yep.
The only issue with Out of Sight is that I wish it was longer. That's it.
Yeah, it's not as scary as like Little Nightmares neither. Like the villains, the enemies are a bit more, not quite as.
Yeah, they're not trying to eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's coming out. That's a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Is there anything else you can think of coming out that's not on that list?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
But it's one of those things that we just get stuff released throughout the year, and then towards the end, that's where the big stuff comes out. But with Meta changing like their tact and like cancelling so much stuff, it'd be interesting to see what happens at the end of the year. Like, is it going to be a bit empty this year because they've cancelled so many things, or have they still got some projects that they haven't cancelled? Is Sony doing anything? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, Sony's not doing anything.
No, sorry,
no.
I'm not saying. Although to be fair, we still get stuff like Hitman came out, like surprised, released out of the blue.
Do you think Sony? Do you think Sony funded that or something?
I'd imagine so. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm curious.
Okay.
Who knows? I don't know, but I still believe. I don't think Sony. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think Sony are doing shit now. I think they've kind of given up on it. I'll be honestly so surprised if they bring out a PSVR 3.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. And that's still your daily driver, right?
PSVR that's 2. What I use for my own personal headset, yeah. I like it.
Okay. All right. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Great.
That seems to be about it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
I can't do it.
Okay. Bye.